welcome to episode 96, part 1 of Africa's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters podcast. As usual, remember to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they are still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. I'm Demi Madoffia.
And I'm Ngaro Kamuya.
So we had a repechage warm-up match, or rather the Kenya Simbas had a repechage warm-up match against Romania. Lost that game 36-5. I feel like it wasn't really a surprise per se, with the preparations that we had so far. And we've been saying, even here on the podcast, that, with these preparations, it's going to be tricky. But I feel, there were some good points. Okay, let's start with the negative. Then we'll move on to the positive. So, watched the game and I was like, okay. So Romania, they dominated basically almost all facets of the game. It started off with the forwards, and then with the backs, they looked like they were more hungry. They were opening up our defense, especially in the back line. 1, 2, 3 passes, and there's a gap, and you're like, wait, what's happening?
Where did this gap come from?
But Kenya looked a lot better in the second half than in the first half. However, I still feel we have a lot to work on. We're good with ball in hand, but we also need to work on things like ball retention. You can't be out on the wing and you're just popping the ball and hoping someone gets it. That doesn't quite work. How was that game for you?
It was a disappointing performance, if you ask me. First, like we said, if these boys don't get preparation, then it's going to be tough for them. Romania is going to be a tough outing. And remember, it's not even the Romania first team. It's Romania A they're playing against. So these guys, Romania, that is dominated every facet of the game. Like you said, their scrums. They made us look like boys, like school boys, shoving, and they were very strong on the second shove, in the scrum. Their lineouts, our lineouts were very poor, and it goes back to what we talked about, the selection at hooker. While Coleman Ware might be good in other things, the lineouts, which is a very key part of the game, that's not his strongest point. And we saw that on the day. Even Philip Ikambili has problems with throws. So we saw that on the day, and we saw them being exposed. The backs, like you're saying, our defensive patterns were very poor, which then begs, you ask yourself, have these guys actually trained on defense? Have they done D? And I don't think so. I don't think they've trained defense as much as maybe in the previous regime they used to train defense, under Jerome Pavata. So we saw that being exposed. And I think also the biggest issue was the selection in the back line. When Ian Snook and Mario Alston were appointed, I said that the best way for them to proceed would be to use the tried and tested. The guys who had been, in the system, and then now impose your game plan on them. Now you've changed the whole team. You're dealing with people who are not really experienced, especially in the tight five. Going into a World Cup qualifying year, you ask yourself, what the hell are they thinking? Because in the forwards, let's start in the forwards. There's close to no experience in the forwards. Apart from Oliver Mangeni, Wilson Kopondo, Joshua Chisanga, Andrew Amonde, you could say Martin Ovila. The back row is pretty okay.
It's pretty okay.
But it's the tight five I have a problem with. So say for Oliver Mangeni and Wilson Kopondo, no one else is really experienced in the tight five. Tight five, that's your engine.
You've got to, 15s we know. If your forwards are not on point, that is going to be a very hard game.
It's going to be a very hard game because, as we always say, the forwards are the one who set the platform for the backs to execute. So there's that, and then there's the issue of selection in the back, in the backs. I keep on asking myself, why are these guys pushing this down Mukita thing at number 12? It's too much. It's not working. If it's not working, then just change it. Take it to his usual position. Take it to number 14. Darwin is a natural finisher. He's an offensive weapon. Take him to number 14 and let him finish the game for you. So it's irritating, I won't lie to you, when you keep watching the Kenya Simbas games and you can see where the problem is. We had a problem even, we were not going beyond the game line, right? Fine, granted, Romania were rushing the defense. But still, we were just carrying phase, just triggering phases, phase after phase. And
you're not really moving forward.
You're not going through the gain line. It moves left, moves right, moves left. So a lot of work needs to be done because the repechage starts next week, and you hope these guys have something up their sleeves.
I really do. When you say a lot of work needs to be done and we have a week, I'm like, when will this work be done?
When will the work be done? I have just been following on social media and seeing that amount of anger that the fans have, the Kenyan fans have, and it's directed towards the technical bench. And I've never seen this much anger towards the technical bench for a very long time. So Ian Snooker, Murray Ralston, you have a lot of work to do because I can go on and say that we, at the last qualifiers, despite the fact that we didn't go for the repechage and we know why we didn't qualify, that was actually a better outfit than I think this one. Okay, there's the added advantage of the 7th players having played for a while now, for 2 months with the 15th guys, and that was a problem in 2014 because they were just imposed
just kind of thrown onto
but still, you get the feeling, like from a system standpoint, you get the feeling that the 2014 team was a much better outfit than this team.
Very true. I mean, one thing I'd like to sort of point out is the fact that yes, we have had the 7th players, mix in with the other 15s guys, and I'm sure yes, in training they have performed.
Yeah.
But when it gets to the game, it's very different because you've not seen these guys against a proper opponent.
Yes.
And now we're seeing it. Yeah. It's like it's not that they've not played together. There's no sort of fluidity in the way they're playing. It's almost like everyone is playing very safe because you're not actually sure what the other person will do.
True.
So it's in our attack, it really hampers our attack.
Yes.
You're watching and you're feeling like we're playing very safe. And in attack, I mean, I understand safe in terms of ball retention when you go to the ground, things like that. But when you need to attack like you want it.
True.
Not is narrow there.
Yes.
Let's see, maybe I'll pass.
Yes.
So that's I feel like that's really. It's something that will need to be worked on. I mean, those are the players that have been picked.
Yes.
So you can't pick any other players now. But I'm just wondering how we're going to figure out a way around it.
It's going to be tough. I mean, I can guarantee you that because I don't know. There's a lot of changes that has happened to that team, and we saw the lack of fluidity, as you call it, in the game against Romania in Bucharest. You see the lack of. They're not playing really as a team, and that's why you're seeing all these mistakes. Fine, granted, they only soaked in one try in the second half, but you soaked in 29 points. In the first half, 29 points, and you're only able to score, 5. So it's gonna be hard, but you hope that the technical bench have something up their sleeves, and they're going to put in a lot of work this week.
Yep. Yeah. I really do hope so because I mean, going into this repechage, we already knew because of our preparations, chances are slim.
Yes.
So to be honest, when you know the chances are slim, I mean, yes, we'll pull out all the stops and hope that we make it.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I mean, if we weren't going to make it, we might as well play with the people we had.
True.
They've worked very hard to get us to where we got to.
True.
You might as well use them.
True.
And go. If you're going to lose, you'll go and lose, and whatever. We will be proud of the boys both ways.
Oh yeah.
But when you change the team and we don't actually see a change, that's where the problem comes in.
You don't see. There's no. I mean, okay. And I say this with all respect to the 7th guys who've been included. In my opinion, the only person who I've felt an impact from is William Barker.
Yep.
He's the only person who I've felt have an impact on the team. And maybe it's because Willie has been there, he was even there during the Gold Cup. But I didn't feel Samuel Leach at number 10. I think my preference has always been Leach at 15. I didn't feel Collins and Gerrard outside centre. I didn't feel Oyo. Andrew Amonde, I know with time it's going to come into it at the back row, but I haven't. William Barker is the only person I've felt, have an impact on the team.
I actually completely agree with that.
Yeah.
But guys, we are on social media. Yeah. Tell us what you think. That's what we think. Yes. Like combined. This is not just Nara. What do you think of the new changes on the, in the Kenya Simbas setup? Do you think they have an impact? Do you think they don't? Tell us on social media. You can find us by following us on Instagram, liking our page on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm Denima Duffield.
And I'm Nara Kamuya.
See you in part 2.